for all these videos I'm making here, I'm putting in little timestamps on the timeline in the YouTube video, okay? So you can skip to another part if you want. In the description below in my videos you see always a summary of different chapters where you can instantly go to if you click on it. And also in the timeline itself here you can skip to another part if you want to, or go back to another part, you know what I mean? So check it out. I probably should have mentioned this in the first part, but this is a Bulerías, and it's in 12, so in a 12th eighth measure, so you count 12s, right? So you actually start counting on 12, and usually the accents are on 12, 3, 7, 8 and 10, you know, so like this. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's usually how Bulerías has the accents of the beat, right? But in this track from Vicente Amigo, the accents are on 12, 3, 6 and 9. So it's equally divided in threes, in triplets, you know? So it's like this. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Every time it's threes. So that's pretty straight, right? Let me now count along with this part, which repeats the 12 count, so 8 times, you know what I mean? I'll just play the original track and I'll count with it so you can identify where the accents are on the guitar, okay? For instance, the first round, when he plays it, the accents on the guitar are on 12, 3, and then between 8 and 9, it's like an upstroke in between there. You can easily hear it. And then in the second round, the accents are on 3, 8, and 10, etc., you know? So the rest you can find yourself just by learning the part, okay? So learn the original track. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After 8 times of the 12 count, it starts bang at 12. The next part starts right at 12. It's the first count. It's not 1 but 12 for some reason. You know, I don't recommend always counting these parts, you know, but it can be good in order to analyze what is going on exactly, right? So just learning the part and playing it naturally and correct without the need to count is the best way, really, I think. So that you won't be distracted by focusing too much on counting it, you know what I mean? So yeah, you have to put in quite a lot of time perhaps learning the part, you know, listening to it and get into it and bang, and then it will naturally, you will find your way. Then if you are ready and you want to learn more about it, it's good to actually count to see where exactly these accents are, and then you understand or learn to understand, at least for some part, why it sounds the way it sounds, right? So this whole part is based around this chord here. Yeah, so it's 6th fret on the A string, 8th fret on the D string, 9th fret on the G string, 8th fret on the B string, and then the 6th fret on the high E string. So let me play the first 2 bars, yeah. Then it goes to the next 2 bars. Well, what you can see I'm doing here is like you know, continuously strumming basically in the rhythm, right? So there's an upstroke in there, you know, it's in between 8 and 9, I think. And then there's another in the rhythm upstroke with the index finger, downstroke with the ring finger, I think. You hear 2 strokes kind of in there, kind of soft, if you listen to the recording at least. But yeah, it's kind of improvised, you know, so don't have to take it too literally, I guess. But I'd like to learn this original and then go from there, you know what I mean? And then what happens here, moving the index finger to the E here, so it's the 7th fret on the A string, and moving it back to the 6th, and so and that's the 8 and the 10, I think, in the measure. 8. Then it's going to the next chord, little chord. So I also hear the high E string in between, yeah? When he's doing this little thing with his index finger here. So I think he's lifting the bar here, the bar 6th fret a little bit, so you hear the high E string coming through, and then maybe put it back later again, you know. So you can just listen to the original track, alright? So then from an E flat kind of chord to the E7 chord with this extension here. So it's 7th fret A string, 9th fret D string, 7th fret G string, 9th fret B string, and then 11th fret B string also. Then move the whole thing down to 3rd position here, so on the C, it's kind of like a C7 chord with this one here. So it's the 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the D string, 3rd fret G string, 5th fret on the B string, and then the 7th fret on the B string also, you know. So going into this chord here, basically the E7 chord, he's doing a raschiado. So it's like it's the ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and then downstrokes, and then index finger up, and then index finger down again with the golpe. So like this, you know. That's how he goes into this chord. I'm doing golpes on every beat there. I'll play it without the notes here, just so you hear the golpes, you know. You see that? And then he has in between the 6th fret to the 5th fret pull off, 6th fret to the 5th fret on the D string pull off here, and also the 7th fret to the 6th fret on the A string pull off. So this part is So you see what happened? It's like going to this one then. So you have this little bit here. And then one time the E flat chord in here. And then in between, and then he's doing that, you see? A little rasgueado here with the ring finger, the middle finger and the index finger. Keeping it short. Then he's doing it not this, but he's doing this. So it's the 5th fret on the D string. And then the 7th to the 6th fret on the A string. Back into the E flat chord. So you see this variation here? It's going up and down, you know what I mean? The timing, you have to listen. If you want to have it exactly like he plays it, you have to check it out, because I think I do it a little bit different. But it's more or less the timing of it, you know. For the second time, going back to this chord again, the 6th fret. Going in quite loud actually. Like 3 times. And then he's doing a little upstroke with the thumb, downstroke, the middle finger, downstroke with the thumb, and then upstroke with the thumb again. So you got you end it with the rasgueado 3 times down, upstroke, downstroke with the index finger. So it's ring finger, middle finger, index finger down, index finger up, index finger down. And then going to the next bit. So now I'll play along this whole part. Really slow, along with the track, okay, 40% of the speed. Alright, so now the next part is so you start off here with the ring finger on the left hand then, and the 3rd fret of the G string, 1st fret on the D string, 4th fret, 2nd fret on the B string, then the 1st fret on the D string again with the thumb then. Then you got the G string open, hammer on the 3rd fret, so 3rd fret G string, 2nd fret on the B string. Yeah, and then it's a little bit. So the whole thing, slowly. So you hit the 2nd fret on the B string here, and then back to the 3rd fret on the G string also, before going to the next part. One more time, really slow. Then move to the next bit. The next part is this chord here, 4th fret on the low E string, 4th fret on the D string, and 4th fret on the G string, and the open B string. And what he's doing here is a hammer on with the index finger, the 2nd fret of the B string. So coming from the other part. Like this. And then he's doing, then he's hitting the 4th fret of the G string, D string, G string, 3rd fret G string, 6th fret D string, and then again 3rd fret G string, 6th fret D string, pull off to the 4th fret, then hitting the low E with the thumb like this. So you're switching here. So you have this now. So the whole thing, slowly. And then we have this part. So it's a low E string, 2nd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, and then to the 6th fret on the D string. And then back to the 2nd fret on the D string. And then the 4th fret on the D string. Hammer onto the 6th fret of the D string. Coming out of this part here. Going to the 3rd fret on the G string. And then the 4th fret on the G string, also with the B string and the high E string down there, gently. And the 6th fret on the G string, and then back to the 3rd fret on the G string. Into that chord. So from this part here. So this part here. To this low chord here, which is the 2nd fret on the low E string, 1st fret on the A and D string, and then the 3rd fret on the G string. So from this chord, going to the 4th fret on the D string, 2nd fret D string, 1st fret D string, into this chord, and this is the 2nd fret on the low E and the A string, and then the 1st fret on the D string, 1st fret G string. Then I think he's doing a golpe and a little upstroke with the index on the high E string. think with the first chord, it's doing also a golpe on the fret on the guitar. Yeah, I think with both of these low chords, he's doing a golpe on the guitar. Yeah, tapping the guitar. Okay. The next part here is the 9th fret on the A string, and then the 6th fret, 7th fret, and then a hammer onto the 9th fret again. And then you go to the 6th fret on the D string, 8th fret on the D string, 9th fret D string, actually it's the 6th fret D string, 8th fret D string, and then in between the high E string with the index, and then the 9th fret on the D string, and then going back to the 6th fret on the D string. Into this chord here, which is the 4th fret on the low E string and the A string, 6th fret on the D and the G string, and the 4th fret on the B and the E, high E string. So we have this now. So I'm going from the 9th fret here on the D string to the 6th fret on the D string, going from the pinky to the ring finger here in order to put this chord down right immediately after that, right? Then we have this little bit here, 6th fret D string, 6th fret G string, 6th fret D string, 4th fret B string. Use my thumb, index thumb, middle finger. So this little part is here like this. Going to this chord here, it's the 4th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the B string, and then the open high E string, with a hammer on to the 2nd fret of the E string, high E string, and release again. So pull off. I think what he's doing here exactly is like this. After the hammer on pull off thingy, he's hitting the G string there with the index finger, and then the B string and the high E string. Like that. So we have this little part here. So hammer on to the 1st fret on the G string, 4th fret on the B string, back to the 1st fret on the G string, then you hit with the thumb the 2nd fret on the D string, and then you hit the 1st fret of the G string and the 2nd fret of the B string at the same time, plucking it. It's a little in-between thing there. And then you get this part there. Which is 1st fret. Well, you form this little chord here, E flat basically, This is the first fret on the D string, third fret on G string, and the fourth fret on the B string. You hit the D string and the B string with the thumb and the middle finger. And then you hit the second fret on the B string. Then you do a pull off to the open B string. And then going to the third fret, hitting the third fret on the G string then. Again, B string, G string, D string, B string, G string, and then bending the G string, the third fret on the G string, a little bit up like this, so like this, and then the part will repeat itself with a little variation also. The whole thing here, slowly. It's going to, then it's doing more or less the same part again with a little differences there. So first fret D string, fourth fret B string, second fret B string, and then the first fret D string again. Then you had the hammer on the G string. 0 to 3. Then the second fret on the B string, and then the open B string, short, and then back to the chord again. So you remember this part? Instead of going like this, it's going like, not the third fret on the G string, but the fourth fret on the G string. And then 6th fret, D string, 4th fret, D string. So this changes to this the second time. So from this chord. Short on the last chord. I think it's 3 strokes at least. Really loud, short, and tight, you know. So what I do here is an upstroke with a thumb, downstroke with the middle finger, and a downstroke with the thumb. Like this. Upstroke, downstroke, downstroke, upstroke, thumb, downstroke, middle finger, downstroke, thumb. Really short. Okay, let me play this whole part along with the music, really slow, 40% of the speed, okay? listen to the recording, you hear sometimes some strumming, some open strings in there, like the high E string comes through a lot of times here and there, and maybe some extra strumming here and there in between. So just try to focus on the recording and make it your own as much as you can, how he plays it, and then go from there. Maybe you can make some changes and stuff like that, you know, of course. Alright, well, thanks again for watching, and hope to see you next time then, okay? Alright, bye bye.